Hello everyone, this is Afsana Salam, your subject faculty for Advanced E-Commerce and Mobile Commerce. In this video, we are going to see about Electronic Data Interface, EDI. It is actually an automated exchange system. Usually in the business, they use some electronic formats to exchange the business documents, okay, in a standardized electronic format between a business partner to the suppliers over a secure standardized format. EDI replaces many portal or the mails or the fax, emails, okay. So it is an electronic approach where the document exchange via email must still be handled by the people rather than computers. Electronic data interface is an automated computer-to-computer exchange of business document in standard electronic format between business partners over a secure standardized connection. When we want to communicate anything with our business partners or with the clients, what we do, we basically send the information through email, fax, or postal mails, all these things, right? So this is actually a document flow directly from the sender computer application to the receiver computer. Okay, so this is like having a logistic system which will automatically give you a ping or the message to the supplier. Okay, say the business document to one person to another will actually benefit by reducing the cost, increase the processing speed, reduces the error, improves the relationship between the business partners. See, when I say the format of a business transaction, there are more than hundreds of standard business transactions. Okay, so there are some standardized formats which is globally authorized. Okay, formats, for example, purchase order. In a business, when you do any transaction starting from purchase order, invoice, shipping, and then custom information, inventory documents, and the payment, right? So each and every documents will have a format. So that format is being created, or there is a particular format, like how, for example, if you want to solve any problem, you will have a formula. So only using based on that particular formula only you will be able to solve that. So similarly, one format will be there. Only with the help of that particular formula you will be able to do any kind of transaction globally. It could be of any industry, but if you want to do any transaction, you need to have a format. You have to follow that particular format to do any kind of transaction in e-commerce. Okay, so e-commerce here, how it is helping is, this electronic data interface documents are processed by computer and use standard computer friendly format. It is systematic and automated document which will be sent from one to another. Okay, this standard describes each piece of data and its format. It could be, example, here you can see the type of documents, parties involved, action to take. So it could be starting from the format, what size for the page, sheet, is it A3, A4, what size for this that particular sheet format, to the content which has to be mentioned from the date to the signature, seal, which signature, who seal, everything has to be mentioned. That standard eliminates company to company variation. So it will be same for the companies, allowing each the business partner's computer system to speak a common language. So having a same format if you do a business with other country. So this is varieties of EDI standards for the various industry. Means each and every industry. Say example, retail industry will have different format. Okay, so healthcare will have different format, because in retail, manufacturing and automotive industry you will have a different format. As an example, they will have purchase order, and then shipping, and then they will also have international orders or the payment. There will be a cycle, supply chain will be there in the retail, manufacturing or on automotive. But in case of healthcare, the exchanging patients health information, okay, health information about a particular patient will be recorded, health insurance process will be recorded, and prescription information will be exchanged from one to another. Having a same platform, you will be able to access. In logistic, it will be on scheduling, shipment, tracking goods. But in accounting, you'll have generating invoice, providing audit. And if it is an aviation, it will be on the flight information exchange, passengers name, record, and all these things. So it varies from one industry to another, region to region. So there are two different standards initially. So where the particular standard includes ANSI. Okay, it is American National Standard Institution, okay, which is accredited standard committee, will be giving that X12, which comprises of the government industry member who creates that EDI standards for the submission of answers. Means there is a set of approval documents which is being followed as per this American National Standard Institution. Okay, so that particular standard is actually started by United States. US has different, and UN has different. European countries are different. So UN has maintained EDIFACTs to maintain the standardized document to exchange the business activity globally. It is not only UN and US has different. There are different formats. There are hundreds of standardized formats. Okay, so we will see in detail in the next video. So before that, we will understand these are the standardized format where we have to follow, and there are some formats to follow and all. Before that, what we used to do? What was this traditional way of managing or doing a transaction of business? So what we used to do when we are doing a transaction from one company to another, it could be on healthcare or the retailer, everyone used to follow the same procedure, right? So traditional method of doing business is like here: buying, internal system, purchase order, through fax, email or mail, through post, that will go to the supplier. The buyer either receive a notification in his system to place an order, or after a query, the inventory determines he needs to purchase or he need to place an order. Buyer has to enter the data onto the screen for purchasing system to create the purchase order, or print or mail it to the vendor. Then the vendor receives. Then the vendor receives the purchase order either day later, or they will have a pre-order, or they will try to place an order related to the previous shipping. Okay, so the vendor has to take a printout of the invoice, send it through shipment or through different mode of transport to the receiver. Then the buyer manually enters the invoice into the account payable system. Likewise, they have to repeatedly do. For this, in this a small example, a paper system can add a week of back and forth shipping time to the process. Both the email and the papers are going to have the entry data, but less error will be there if it is automated. This EDI is going to auto generate and it is going to formulate on its own and send it to the supplier. Okay, so this is going to be very much easy in terms of using this advanced shipping notice. We can say ERP system that generates that EDI invoices to transfer the buyer's account payable system, or the EDI process can complete an hour. So anything which can be transport from one to another, this will be the easiest form to generate. Okay, so there are few benefits of EDI. Fast processing. It is really fast in terms of processing the transaction. It is very easy and not having a backup, right? So in the business cycle by 61%, it is going to help the organization to reduce the inventory. Then second one, lower cost. It reduces the transaction cost by the paper, printing, reproduction, and storage, filling and posting, and then saving the document, and then taking that 35% of the business transactions with systems will be waived off with the help of EDI. It is more accurate as well as fewer error. EDI reduces error transaction at least by 30 to 40%. EDI also eliminates the human error because there is no person editing the document. It is already creating on its own. The document which is creating on its own will not have any kind of error, right? So you're just going to change the numbers. In the barcode you'll find the numbers, right? Once the product is sold, when they are scanning, immediately the one product will be ordered in that manufacturing unit. That much accuracy will be there. Then it is having a better relationship between the seller and the purchaser, because the order will be placed and the cash cycle will also be there. And strategic benefits. It is also helpful for the maintaining the faster decision making and better responsiveness to the customers as well as for the market demand. It is also helping the business to adopt the demand driven approach. You might have studied this in demand driven approach in your inventories management system. So product enhancing and delivering enjoys a shorter limited leading time. So then last but not least, environmental benefits. It promotes the sustainability and reduces emission of the paper, right? And increases efficiency. It is also reducing the error and the less wastage also. Okay, so next video, we will see about how this EDI actually works. What is the process? How they prepare the document, how they need to translate them into an EDI format and transmit them into to their partner. So with this we'll close this particular video. Continue to it. I have a short video which will give you animated.
To manage orders and pay vendors on time, large retailers use electronic data interchange. EDI helps maximize efficiency and minimize errors. Communication systems have always been the key to successful commerce. From land convoys and relay stations on horseback, to trade routes and light towers at sea, to telegraphs and railways, then to telex and telephone. By the mid-1960s, some large companies began using proprietary linked computer systems to exchange invoices. With each step in this evolution, trading partners expanded their opportunities and increased their potential for profit. By the early 1980s, the American National Standards Institute published its X12 Standards for Electronic Data Interchange, EDI, the standard commonly used in North America. In Europe, a similar initiative resulted in a European standard called EDIFACT. EDI improved speed, accuracy, and security in trade communication. However, nearly 1/3 of businesses in North America may be unaware of EDI and could benefit greatly from adopting it. EDI has hundreds of document types, covering most transactions that are commonly used among vendors and suppliers. A few are shown here. More than just a data format, EDI is a system or method for exchanging business documents with external entities and integrating the data from those documents into your internal systems. Consider how a transaction, such as a purchase order, is processed without EDI. The purchase order may start out as electronic data, but then be printed to paper and manually retyped into your business system. This process is inefficient. It wastes valuable time and creates opportunities for error with every step. EDI increases speed and accuracy. It reduces the rate of incorrect orders, lost orders, and shipping problems. Without EDI capabilities, a business has a greater risk of loss of revenue from chargeback penalties, loss of opportunity due to processing delays, loss of reputation and credit with customers. An integrated, end-to-end EDI solution automatically populates orders into your accounting software or ERP system while checking for errors when sending and receiving transactions. It should also verify that all transactions were sent and received successfully, providing critical process controls for vendors and suppliers. Implementing EDI brings many benefits: reducing or eliminating manual data entry errors, saving chargeback penalties, streamlining inventory management, speeding time to market delivery, increasing productivity without increasing staff, saving on labor costs, receipt verification, improving record-keeping processes. The result is greater competitiveness, which will help put you at the top of the list with larger retailers. A fully integrated EDI solution needs 4 components. On the left is the supplier. On the right is the customer, a big box retailer. First, the supplier needs to have an EDI translator in place to receive incoming documents from the customer and to translate those documents from the EDI standard into a human-readable format. The second component is data mapping. This is provided between the EDI translator and the supplier's accounting software or ERP system. This ensures that the transferred EDI data will appear correctly on all associated electronic documents, such as sales orders and invoices. Data is also mapped properly to the customer's data schemas to ensure that it's sent in the correct format and properly received. Third, all suppliers need a secure and reliable trading network or connection for transmission of EDI transactions with their customers. Fourth is the support and maintenance required to implement an EDI system and keep it running smoothly. These 4 components are traditionally delivered separately by multiple providers. This practice is generally inefficient and can be ineffective. A single trusted provider that is able to deliver a complete end-to-end EDI platform can reduce system cost and